Good morning, Americans and humans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Sunday, May 14th, 2023, Mother's Day, huh? Yeah. Uh, well, today's comment is on the YouTube, Facebook, and the human race communications. YouTube has been nice the last couple of years to me after they hit me because they said I was doing, how'd they put it? Hate speech. I've never done hate speech in my life. And Facebook, because they're scared, is saying that I'm doing hate speech. All I'm doing is telling you guys that you guys are being extinct. And those dumb American people should blame themselves. If that's hate speech, well, it is hate speech. But here we go on today's comment. For YouTube and Facebook, you better not take this off the air or I will sue you because there's no hate speech here. Okay? And I got the First Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 6th, and the 5th on my side on this view. So trust me, I know your system better than you do. I will end up on top. And you guys will end up owing me a ton of money. Which I don't need, but hey, I'll use it. Hey, I'll be a millionaire. Yippee! But here we go. The problem with you human race, especially Americans, is the Catholic Church, who, when was adopted by Constantine in 313 AD, moved everything to two things. The devil and God and the Catholic Church view is it. Extremist, I know. So for the next 1100 years, well, 313 AD, and by the time they adopted it, and so let's go with 378 AD with their first Council of Nicaea, when they put forward all this. And for the next 806, 700 years or so, or no, make that 1300, 1000, 13, 14, 11, 1200 or so years, you dominated the population. You can say, oh yeah, 1054, but that just took the east part out, and they became the Orthodox over in the east. Yeah. But the West, well, you decided to stay in base 2, the devil and Christ and God, base 2. So therefore, all your societies on the West, under Catholic rule, was using base 2. Mind you that your original society on this planet that you know of today, the Sumerians used base 60, the Egyptians used base 10. And your scientists have used base 4. DNA, people, and now they created their own artificial DNA. There's a bunny that proves it. Ask them about the bunny. They'll tell you. So now that you got base 4, and the reason you can't communicate with us aliens is because we deep-sipped or file 13 base 2 millennia ago. At least my race has. We communicate with other bases. Base 60 for one. That's why we have a lot more technology than you do, because we got base 60. Which is what some alien race gave to your ancestors, the Sumerians, and you guys deep-sixed it somewhere along the line. And here's the problem with base 2. You got the devil and God, yes and no, right and wrong, male and female, guilty, not guilty. Yeah, how's that working out? How's base 2 working out? When Scientists can tell you today that base 4 with the DNA, you can store a lot more information than base 2. And look at all those 0 and 1s you're sending over to the Voyager. Boy, it's taking a long time to get you guys communicating, huh? And mind you that if an alien race is not tuning in to base 2 frequencies, you're never going to get an answer. It's going to be a stroke of luck that somebody says, we haven't used this one for centuries, but somebody is talking on base 2. Yeah. But here's the problem with you Americans here, base 2. You got a problem here because you put your society on base 2, and what you got here? Well, extremists. Extremist Republicans and extremist Democrats and everybody else does not exist. Yes and no. Is there 100% yes? Is there 100% no? And the answer to that is 100% no. Female and male. Is that the only thing you could have? Well, you're finding out you got she, he's, he, she's, what's it, and other things coming down the pike. What happens if you have a organism that is asexual, so it does everything itself, 1 instead of 2, or that you need 3 or 4 of them? Yeah? How about if you find an organism that you need a whole bunch to form a mind? You do that. And it's called, what do you call them? Virus! Yo! Tell your scientists, they'll tell you. Viruses are a unique individual. That's why it's hard for you to understand viruses, because it doesn't conform to your physics. And physics is not 100% what you got. You're finding out that the laws of physics don't work on some things, and some things that you're finding out defy the laws of physics because they're not 100%. Our laws of physics aren't 100%, and we know that. Our society's not 100%, and we know that. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to be 100% perfect? No. But we try to strive for everything to be at least 80% if we can get it there, 85 for sure. We strive for 100, but we know we're never going to get it. But we do strive. You guys make your society function on base 2, and it's destroying it, isn't it? Big time. Yes and no, guilty or not guilty, male or female, abortion or no abortion. Abortion's one of those things that does not qualify as a base 2 item. You have to think ahead of time. Is life 100% precious? No. Should you venerate life? Yes. But should you say you've got 100% precious life? No. And in the case of abortion, you got to take into account the women's. The men's, they go in there and hip-de-up, then 2 minutes later, or 20 seconds, as most women can tell you, right? Yeah, there he goes, he's done, bye. Yeah. There's very few men that can last 2 minutes. You tell me a man that can last 2 minutes, and I'll say, that's some man. Yeah, see what I mean? Your society is the same way. Us versus them. And the problem is there's become a lot of us's and a lot of them's, and which is the right us's and which is the right them's. You guys have a society that you don't understand which is the right us and which is the right them. Therefore, you're heading for extinction. I double dare Facebook to not put this on their video today because it's telling you what your society is. You're heading towards extinction. Whether the Mushka do it in 2065, you might blow yourselves up before that. Ask the Russians, ask the Chinese, and definitely ask those crazy guys from Iran and North Korea. Why do you have nuclear weapons? You've used them once, United States, and you know how bad they are. You exploded them, Russians. Chinese, French, and the British, you've exploded nuclear weapons both underground and above ground. And you know what the destruction is. It's caused destructions to the Earth's core, which you don't know about yet, but you're going to find out soon. It's the destruction to the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah. Plus, your pollution has destructed the Earth's atmosphere. Are you doing anything about it? Hell no. See what I mean? You got a lot here, humans, especially Americans. Sure, the Chinese are going to be number one soon, but they won't last long because they're burning the candle at both ends just like you have. They'll end up the same way you have. In trouble. Same with the Russians and whoever comes up to want to be the top dog of this planet. Because you passed that top dog situation. You need to develop a human society and a planetary system of government. And you're not even close to that. The American society started at, 30% back in 1789, and they're down to 5%. And down. Extinction. Heck, you might not even last the 2024 elections, the way you're going. This is your favorite alien saying, see, Americans and humans, this is the problem. The Catholic Church created a binary system, but the Sumerians had the right idea with a base 60 system, which worked good for them for thousands of years. But unfortunately, there came a point where they forgot that the guys that came before you, you look at them and you adapt and still keep their stepping stones as your foundation. You guys decided, hey, we don't like them. We're just going to throw everything out and do it ourselves. And where's that got you? Extinction. This is your favorite alien saying, so long, humans. The only dummies are you guys, especially those dumb American people, for voting for Republicans and Democrats. That's why your system is down here in the States. Good day.